Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Trouble Free. In today's video I'm going to explain you about the Bayes theorem in the subject of machine learning. So actually we have this Bayes theorem not only in machine learning, we have it in data warehouse and data mining as well. So it's very important that you understand this Bayes theorem. Even in probability and statistics also you'll have this, and the prerequisite for this Bayes theorem is the conditional probability. So even if you don't know about conditional probability also, that's okay, that's fine, it works. So this formula stands for conditional probability. Okay, yeah. So before starting the video, let me tell you something. If you're having your exam scheduled nearby, just let me know the date of your exam along with your college name in the comment section, so that I can make videos by your exam date and also according to your college syllabus. And also let me know what is the next playlist that you people want me to make videos on. So let's get started without any further delay. So first, what do you mean by Bayes theorem? The Bayes theorem will give the probability of an event based on the prior knowledge of conditions. So based on the previous knowledge whatever the machine is having, based on those conditions, based on that knowledge, it will give the probability of an event. Okay, so simply P of A by B is equal to P of B by A into P of A by P of B. Okay, in this we actually have some terms. P of A by B is called as the hypothesis, and P of B by A is called as the likelihood, and this P of B is called as a marginal, and P of A is called as the prior. So what they are, I'll tell you detailed. Don't worry, by the end of the video you'll understand everything. Now don't worry for anything. Okay, so it is P of A by B, right? So how do you read that? How do you read P of A by B? Probability of A, you are finding probability of A given that probability of B, or given that B has already occurred, right? So you know the probability of B, you're finding out the probability of A now. Okay, so P of A by B is finding the probability of A given that B has already occurred. Okay, here finding the probability of B given that A has already occurred. Okay, done. This is how you need to read A by B as. P of A by B as. Okay, done. So now let us see the proof of this formula, and then let's move over to the next. Right now, so according to the conditional probability, we know that P of A by B is equal to P of A intersection B by P of B, right? And P of B by A is equal to P of B intersection by P of B intersection A by P of A. So these two are the formulas for conditional probability. Now again, don't confuse from where did we get this. Okay, right? So now what do? You send this P of B over to this side and P of A over to this side. Then what do you get? P of A by B into P of B is equal to P of A intersection B, right? So that is what we got here. And here also sending P of A to this side, P of B by A into P of A is equal to P of B intersection A. So that is the second equation. So we got two equations. And you see here we have A intersection B, and here we have B intersection A. A intersection B means what? Common in both A and B, right? And B intersection A means what? Common in both A and B again, right? What do you get the Venn diagram as? So this is A and this is B. So A intersection B means this part, right? And B intersection A also this part only. So both of them means the same. So P of A intersection B and P of B intersection A both are equal actually. So when these two are equal, when the RHS part is equal, you can obviously equate these two as well, right? So let us see what you get when you equate those two. On equating both of them, you get P of A by B into P of B is equal to P of B by A into P of A. Okay, now what you have to do is send this P of B over to this side. Here it is a numerator, right? On coming over to this side, it comes to the denominator. So P of A by B will become P of B by A into P of A by P of B. Okay, done. So this is what? This is nothing but our Bayes theorem, right? So now I will explain you the terms. Wait, so A is called as the hypothesis and B is called as the given data. Not called actually. So A refers to the hypothesis and B refers to the given data, right? From the given data we have figured out a hypothesis, and that hypothesis is represented by A, and B stands for the entire given data. Now what is A of A by B? You need to find the probability of hypothesis, that is A, when the probability of training examples are given. Okay, so B has already occurred, right? A by B means, so yeah, so you need to find out the probability of A given that the probability of B is given to you. Okay, so that is P of A by B. Next is P of B by A. So how do you find out the probability what is P of B by A? Finding the probability of given data provided with the probability of hypothesis that is true. You are provided with the probability of hypothesis here, and you need to find out the probability of given data. Here you need to find out the hypothesis, the probability of hypothesis when the given data's probability is given. Try to understand the difference. And here you're going to take the probability of hypothesis only that is true, of the hypothesis that is true, right? Now, next is P of A. So what do you mean by P of A here? The probability of hypothesis before considering the given data, right? And what is P of B? Probability of given data. That's all. So simple explanation of all the terms done. And I already explained, so what are the terms means. So here this A by B is hypothesis, and this B by A is called as the likelihood, P of A is called as the prior, and P of B is called as the marginal. Okay, done. Now, so we are done with the terms explanation. Now let us try to understand an example, and let us close that. So P of king by face. So you know cards, right? We play cards. So in that, P of king by face. So what is the meaning of that? Probability of finding a king given that it is a face card. Alright. So yeah. How many face? What do you mean by face cards actually? Face cards means J, K, Q, right? So these three are called as the face cards. So how many face cards you have? So for each set we have, for diamond we have, for spade we have, for heart we have, like that. For each set we have 3, right? Total we have 4 sets. 4 into 3, you'll have total of 12 face cards, right? And so how do you elaborate this formula? Face by king into probability of king by probability of face. So what do you mean by probability of face by king? You need to find out the probability of a face card given that it is a king. Obviously all kings are face cards, right? You take diamond, or you take spade, or you take heart, or you take the other one. All of them, it is face card only. Every king is a face card. So obviously the probability would be 1. So how many face kings you have? 4, right, total. And how many kings you have? 4. So 4 by 4, you'll get 1 as the probability. So 1 into P of king. So probability of king among 52 cards. How many kings you have in 52 cards? You have 4 kings, right? So for heart 1, for the spade 1, and for diamond 1, and for the other one, I'm not getting its name. So for the other one you have 1. So total 4 kings you'll have. So 4 by total of 52 cards, 4 by 52 by probability of face. Probability of face in the sense number of face cards by total number of cards, right? So how many face cards you have? 12. So 12 by total number of cards you have is 52, right? So when you cancel, 4 1s are 4, 4 13s are 52, and 4 3s are 12, and 4 13s are 52. Same. So you'll get 1 by 13 by 3 by 13. 13 13 cancel, you'll get 1 by 3 as the probability. So what is probability of king by face? It is 1 by 3. Okay, done. So this is how you need to do. You need to apply the Bayes theorem. Okay, done. So for in which situation Bayes theorem is useful for you? It will give you the probability of an event based on the prior knowledge of the conditions. Based on the previous knowledge of the conditions, you're going to get the probability. Okay, done. So this is about the Bayes theorem, and this is all about this video. I hope this video is useful for you. If yes, hit the like button and also share it with your friends. So in the next theorem, I'll explain about the Bayes theorem and the concept learning, and the next about the maximum likelihood and least square error hypothesis, and so on. The videos goes on. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can get notifications whenever I post a new video. And if you're still having any doubts apart from what I've explained in this video, just let me know in the comment section so that I can make more and more videos for you. And let's meet up on the next coming video with another topic. If you're still having any doubts apart from what I've explained, just let me know in the comment section. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and also hit the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I post a new video. And thanks for watching the video till the end.